the person who comes into a space kind of like number goes up. That's how they think of it, right? Bitcoin, number goes up. Then there's a whole group of people in the middle, the mid-twits, and they're arguing about every aspect of it, whether over-arguing in its favor or over-arguing against it. And then there's a person to the right side of the bell curve.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Raoul Pal discusses the crypto. According to Raoul Pal, if we observed a decrease in usage, activity, and value, it would be evident. There has been a decrease in transactions and a lack of new participants in the Bitcoin network. If Raoul had wallets, he would definitely notice that something was amiss, consistently enduring. If the issue persists over a prolonged period, it is possible that the network is not functioning properly. And we've observed similar occurrences in the past, indicating a potential likelihood of its recurrence. However, Raoul Pal holds a different perspective on the matter. There is a very slim chance of this happening in the near future, possibly not even within this decade. However, it could potentially occur sometime after that. Of course, it's important to consider these things during bear markets. For instance, let's take a look at 2022 as an example. A great example is when the market experienced a significant decline of around 70%. The percentage of active wallets in the crypto market increased by 22%, despite a 42% decrease in price. This indicates that adoption was still progressing, although there was a decline in overall activity. It seems that governments are considering implementing blockchain technology for their infrastructure. It seems that all the banks are eager to put their assets on the blockchain. We've been hearing that gaming companies are interested in incorporating these metaverse gaming experiences. We're hearing about experiences on blockchain rails. Raoul found myself at one of the world's largest commodity trading firms, which is located in Switzerland. And lots of things Raoul Pal discussed, so please watch the video to end and share this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. Thanks.
If people stop using the network, if there's less activity on the network, people start becoming disinterested, then it's shown that its store of value principles erode. It would be the same with gold. And that's one of the reasons gold has been somewhat lackluster, because there's been less adopters of gold in a new digital world. So it's not done as well as it would have done historically in the kind of debasement environment that we've had. So if I were to observe in Bitcoin itself, forget all the other crypto, and I'm no Bitcoin maximalist, as you all know, if we saw that people were using it less, there was less activity, less value was being transacted, less new people were joining the Bitcoin network, i.e. having wallets, then I would say, you know what, there's something wrong here. And is that persistent over time? If it's persistent over time, then the network may not work. And we've seen many of those things happen in the past. There's a possibility that happens. I don't think it's the highest probability, certainly not this decade. Could it happen after that? Of course possible.
Now, why don't you worry about that during the bear markets?
Because, so for example, in 2022 was a great example, is the market went down 70-odd percent, 75%. The number of active wallets in crypto went up 42%. So adoption was still ongoing while price went down. Activity was less. But then we're seeing, okay, so if we step back and we hear, governments are going to build on blockchain rails, CBDCs. All the banks want to put assets on blockchain rails. We're hearing gaming companies want to put these metaverse gaming experiences on blockchain rails. We're hearing, I was at one of the world's largest commodity trading firms in Switzerland last week, speaking to one of their senior agricultural commodities physical traders. And I'm like, and she's an investor in my digital asset management company. And I'm like, are you guys using blockchain? Surely you should be solving supply chain. She goes, we've been using blockchain since 2021. So we're doing 8, I think, of the world's largest agricultural commodities houses are putting their letters of credit, their shipping, their all of the kind of transit proofs, the supply chain, and the settlement all on blockchain. So, going back to your question, Tom, when I see this and I see the price of Bitcoin down 75% or the whole crypto space down 80%, you say, I have to ask myself, is adoption stopping? Or is just this a cyclical factor that's driven by the business cycle? And until I would see otherwise, unless these things go away, then I can only assume that tomorrow is more digital than today. And tomorrow, more people will use blockchain technology than they did yesterday.
According to Raoul Pal, someone who enters a space with a focus on numbers and their upward trajectory is how they approach it, correct? The value of Bitcoin is increasing. Then there's a whole group of people in the middle, and they're debating every aspect of it. Whether in support or opposition, there is someone standing on the right side of the bell. Gold has been extensively studied and analyzed by numerous experts. Raoul Pal will simply state that, over time, gold is a solid investment choice. He understands that memes assist in condensing information, and he believes in breaking things down to their most basic form. Without a proper understanding, it's impossible to achieve simplicity. Discuss metrics not only in terms of memes that are entertaining, but if you've read the book Sapiens, and you'll gain a profound understanding of the language of humans. The foundation of everything is government and religion. The legal system is the foundation of everything in community law. Storytelling is a unique ability that sets humans apart from other animals, and we have truly mastered it. A whole society built upon the art of storytelling gold plays a significant role in the art of storytelling. It weaves its way into the fabric of every narrative, adding depth and intrigue. We have the option to either complicate matters or acknowledge the presence of memetics, which is why Raoul sort of used that term interchangeably. But in reality, there is a much deeper level to it. It's all about how humans go about their tasks. Let's back to the Raoul Pal interview.
Which is like, if you can explain, the person who comes into a space kind of like number goes up. That's how they think of it. Bitcoin, number goes up. Then there's a whole group of people in the middle, the mid-twits, and they're arguing about every aspect of it, whether over-arguing in its favour or over-arguing against it. And then there's a person to the right side of the bell curve. Gold has exactly the same, right? There's a lot of people who've done a tremendous amount of work on gold and will just say, well, over time, gold's a good investment. I get that. Memes help you distill something down to its simplest essence. And if you don't understand something properly, you can't get it down to simplicity. So I talk about memetics not also in terms of meme. That's kind of fun. But if you've read the book Sapiens, you'll understand that it is the language of humans. It is the basis of everything. Government, religion, community, law, the legal system, everything is based on storytelling. That's the one thing humans have over other animals. And we've created an entire civilization based on storytelling. Gold is part of storytelling. Everything is storytelling. So we can make it as complicated as we can, or we can understand that there's some memetics to it. And that's why I kind of use that term interchangeably, but it actually is a much deeper level. It's how humans do things. I mean, the other thing that's very important in this whole space, and I think something you and I have talked about, is everything in human society is contractual. Some are verbal, some are written, some are by purpose. And if you understand that all of everything we do, like me turning up today, was a contract. Now, it wasn't a contract for money or anything. It was like, I agree to come on with you and Peter. These things are really interesting because this is also part of what blockchain is doing within these things. So we need to understand the deeper elements of society and why this matters at a larger scale. So there's a lot behind all of this. So it's not just a network adoption. It's like, these are the elements of humanity. Much like gold has been an element of humanity in many ways, because it's lasted.
According to Raoul Pal, Michael, in his role within the community, made a bold and courageous decision based on his keen observation. It seems that Raoul Pal may have been the second person to notice it, person ever to interview him. He noticed something that no one else in the room did. Corporate had observed, and let's be honest, MicroStrategies were sort of on the decline. Nowhere business, and he saw a way out. It was sitting on cash, and he was worried about it. He carefully managed his money, like a financial analyst, and decided to invest a portion of it. He invested his money in an asset, and it turned out to be quite profitable despite the initial risk. He made a bet, and it worked, prompting him to consider why he hadn't thought of it before. Utilize my company to acquire as much of this asset as possible without any concerns. Many individuals in the commodity world have implemented similar approaches, and it has proven to be a successful strategy. If you learned something from this video, then please like this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance, and we will meet in next video. Thanks.